It's 3 a.m. I just touched down. Wanna call me to buzz down. It's love over lust now. I don't know who to trust now. Tell me who can I trust now? Hey. Yeah. It's 3 a.m. I just touched down. Wanna call me to buzz down. It's love over lust now. I don't know who to trust now. Yeah. Who can I trust now? Hey. Lately I've been on the go. Do what's home away from home. Inner teed up on my own. Load up the beat, bitch, I'm in my zone. I feel alive today. Don't fuck up my vibe today. Don't come at me stirring my pot. You might get erased from the plot and end up on the plot of them grass blades. They been throwing me mad shade. All this ducking and dodging, your ops in the wavelengths. But you negative headspace. That version of me that you thought that you knew had been newly updated. I'm activated. Whatever they on oversaturated. I'm the cure, my intention is pure. My life been a blur, yes sir. Yeah. I've been stitching my wounds and flipping my tunes and versing my curses. I wrote it in braille, never stale. I spoke it in cursive. I'm not from where earth is. The features ethereal, the ancestors surging through veins. I've been curving and purging all person in places and things that don't serve me. My hands on the cloud, my feet where the turf is. That's perfect. On God, bitch, yeah, I'm activated. Control, burning down trees. Big shot on my ashtrays. Never empty, I'm litty. I've been paying the city. Yeah. Still paying the city. It's 3 a.m. I just touched down. Wanna call me to buzz down. It's love over lust now. I don't know who to trust now. Tell me who can I trust now? Hey. Yeah. It's 3 a.m. I just touched down. Wanna call me to buzz down. It's love over lust now. I don't know who to trust now. Yeah. Who can I trust now? I've been paying the city. It's 3 a.m. I just touched down. Wanna call me to buzz down.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right, so shout out to everybody who is in the building early. It is good to see each and every one of you. Hopefully you guys can hear everything okay and everything is looking good on the screen. If it is, please give me a thumbs up or a radiation emoji in the chat. If it is not, also let me know so that I can fix it. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to shout out everybody who is in the building early. All right. Shout out to my man Carlton Way. Shout out to my man AB. And yo, make sure you guys go and subscribe to AB's channel so you guys can check out that live stream that we did yesterday because they restricted it on mine. So y'all know it's on members only, which is cool because AB will be able to get the public exposure, which is necessary for channel growth. So make sure y'all go and check it out over there. Run the numbers up, comment, you know what I'm saying? Check it out. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Make sure y'all throw some like enforcers in the chat for Brooklyn Queen. Always enforcing the likes, always enforcing the merch, always enforcing the ducats. Definitely appreciate you. Shout out to Mike J. All right, good to see you in the building. All right, shout out to P, Wagwan. You know what I'm saying? Wagwan. Shout out to my man P. What's good with it? All right, so we about to talk about the laws. It's been a long time since we talked about the laws. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Carlton. You know what I'm saying? You know, Carlton be rocking the intro music. You know what I'm saying? Carlton be rocking the intro music. So I know Carlton, when he seen the laws, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't going to be late to this one. You know what I'm saying? So the laws been acting up, man. The laws have been acting up. Shout out to Cynthia. What's good with it, Cynthia? All right. We're going to talk about a couple situations with the laws before we get into the main story of the Tyreek Hill Tyreek Hill situation. All right. So without further ado, let's listen to this idiotic story.
Tonight with a judge who makes life-altering decisions for families and those with disabilities, now accused of making racist comments and using shocking, derogatory language. Thank you for joining us for 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Mike Duffy. 7 investigator Heather Catallo joins us now with more about why an Oakland County probate judge has been removed from her docket. Heather?
Like a high-ranking probate court official says he's been recording Judge Kathleen Ryan's statements for years. Even though probate court administrator Edward Hutton says he's been harassed by Judge Ryan, he says he does not want this to be about him. Hutton says he's coming forward now because he wants to protect the people who have to face Judge Ryan in the courtroom.
Now, let me ask you guys this question. If the law is a legal system that makes up a part of the American system or the system of America, my question is, if there is a judge who has a job and has passed all the background checks integrated into this system of control over American people, can we factually say that systemic racism is ingrained into America? If we can, give me a thumbs up. If we cannot, then give me a thumbs down. And also, let me know if you guys have heard about this story or not.
Kathleen A. Ryan presiding. Good morning. You may be seated.
After more than 13 years on the bench, Oakland County Chief Probate Pro Tem Judge Kathleen Ryan is out of her courtroom. Chief Probate Judge Linda Hallmark removed Judge Ryan from her docket last week, announcing that a complaint about internal allegations of unprofessional conduct was sent to the Judicial Tenure Commission. Judge Ryan was arrested in 2021 for domestic violence, but those charges were later dismissed. And now she's back in the headlines.
Well, if you're black in any other country, you're doing way better. If you're an American black person, then you're lazy piece.
The 7 investigators have
Now, did you hear that? How many people heard what that woman just said? If you guys heard what that woman just said, give me an angry face in the chat. If you did not hear what that woman just said, then, of course, I'm going to play it again. Very interesting. I wonder what she makes her judgment based off of. Anybody know where she got these quote-unquote facts from? Shout out to Iron Will. What's good with it, bro? I'll run it back. We're going to run it back. Let's run this back. We're going to run it all the way back from the jump. Let's go.
We begin tonight with a judge who makes life-altering decisions for families and those with disabilities, now accused of making racist comments and using shocking, derogatory language. Thank you for joining us for 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Mike Duffy. 7 investigator Heather Catallo joins us now with more about why an Oakland County probate judge has been removed from her docket. Heather?
Mike, a high-ranking probate court official says he's been recording Judge Kathleen Ryan's statements for years. Even though probate court administrator Edward Hutton says he's been harassed by Judge Ryan, he says he does not want this to be about him. Hutton says he's coming forward now because he wants to protect the people who have to face Judge Ryan in the courtroom.
The Honorable Kathleen A. Ryan presiding. Good morning. You may be seated.
After more than 13 years on the bench, Oakland County Chief Probate Pro Tem Judge Kathleen Ryan is out of her courtroom. Chief Probate Judge Linda Hallmark removed Judge Ryan from her docket last week, announcing that a complaint about internal allegations of unprofessional conduct was sent to the Judicial Tenure Commission. Judge Ryan was arrested in 2021 for domestic violence, but those charges were later dismissed. And now she's back in the headlines.
Well, if you're black from any other country, you're doing way better. If you're an American black person, then you're a lazy piece of
These are the people that we have presiding over our courtrooms. These are the people that set the tone for how many other Americans, and now that we have a lot of immigrants that come to the United States, immigrants feel about us before they even come in contact with us. This is specifically Black Americans. Now, it's funny, right? Because if you're part of the government, you're not supposed to do anything specifically for any race. But she specifically called out Black Americans and said that we're lazy. You know, Black Americans like, rest in peace, James Earl Jones, that type of Black American, right? Because he's undoubtedly a Black American. You think they're going to say anything about this on Fox News, or is this just woke? J.D. Vance doesn't have any time for it, right? Trump wants to make sure that these type of people are protected. All of the people who say that I'm a MAGA informant or a MAGA agent never seem to talk about these type of things. So what's going on here with this? Here's my question for everybody in the comment section. How should this individual be dealt with? And I'm going to run it back for you guys one more time. If you guys haven't smashed the like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media and tag somebody who you know that would be interested in this in the post. How did this individual get to where she is? Shout out to Patrick. What's good with it, bro? So now here's my question. If you're a Black American and you walk into this woman's courtroom, you automatically have bias against you in a room where the scales of justice are allegedly supposed to be there as a guarantee that you will get justice, quote unquote, without prejudice. Ironic that they say without prejudice in a judicial system that's based off of systemic racism, but I digress. Shout out to Patrick Tyler. Patrick Tyler says she should be disbarred. I agree. And if America is the inclusive enclave that they claim that it is, her citizenship should also be reviewed. Especially if this is the place for quote unquote inclusion. Fuzzy wuzzy police, right? Shout out to Carlton. Carlton said all of the cases she was over should be examined. I agree. If you guys agree with Carlton, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Patrick says Black people in Michigan should push her to where she is disbarred. Facts. She needs to be in the same unemployment line as Officer Stephen Q. How many people are familiar with Officer Stephen Q from Detroit, Michigan? If you're not familiar with him, you should look up an article about him one time. Shout out to DC Precise. DC Precise says retroactively reverse all of her judgment and pay out anyone who was ever judged by her. I'd say $1 million per charge per person. I have no disagreement with that. If you guys agree with DC Precise, throw some flames in the chat. Iron Will says all of her cases definitely need to be reopened. I agree 100%, as well as reevaluated or possibly thrown out. If you guys agree with Iron Will, throw some thumbs up, flames in the chat. All right, let's get it. We're gonna run this all the way back. Then we're gonna run it all the way through.
We begin tonight with a judge who makes life-altering decisions for families and those with disabilities, now accused of making racist comments and using shocking, derogatory language. Thank you for joining us for 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Mike Duffy. 7 investigator Heather Catallo joins us now with more about why an Oakland County probate judge has been removed from her docket. Heather.
Mike, a high-ranking probate court official says he's been recording Judge Kathleen Ryan's statements for years. Even though probate court administrator Edward Hutton says he's been harassed by Judge Ryan, he says he does not want this to be about him. Hutton says he's coming forward now because he wants to protect the people who have to face Judge Ryan in the courtroom.
The Honorable Kathleen A. Ryan presiding. Good morning. You may be seated.
After more than 13 years on the bench, Oakland County Chief Probate Pro Tem Judge Kathleen Ryan is out of her courtroom.
Good. She should be out of her courtroom. Now, here goes my question for everybody that's watching. If you guys had heard of this case before today, give me a thumbs up. If you guys had not heard of the case before today, give me a thumbs down. And also, if you guys can make sure that you do the survey about the notifications that's pinned in the chat, I would greatly appreciate it.
Chief Probate Judge Linda Hallmark removed Judge Ryan from her docket last week, announcing that a complaint about internal allegations of unprofessional conduct was sent to the Judicial Tenure Commission. Judge Ryan was arrested in 2021 for domestic violence, but those charges were later dismissed. And now she's back in the headlines.
Well, if you're black from any other country, you're doing way better. If you're an American black person, then you're a lazy piece of.
The 7 investigators have obtained the recordings that county officials say prompted Judge Ryan's removal.
She should go in the maximum security part of the prison. And she should tell that to her fellow black inmates, her fellow black female inmates. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down.
I have no use for him.
She's made it a living hell in the past 6 years. I mean, it's been terrible. It's cost me relationships. I think it's affected my health. Can't sleep.
Attorney Edward Hutton is the Oakland County Probate Court Administrator. He's in charge of running everything at probate courts. Hutton alleges Judge Ryan has been calling him both during work and after hours for years. And Hutton says during those hours and hours of calls, Judge Ryan said highly inappropriate things.
Why did you start recording the calls?
I just felt like it wasn't going to change. Nothing's manipulated in it. It's conversations that I was a part of, and I'm absolutely willing to testify to the authenticity of every single one of them.
I can honestly say that, okay, I'm not systemically racist, I'm a new racist. I never was, but now I am because you're shoving the down my throat and making it.
These people are so pathetic with these nonsensical, alternative fact-based narratives that they come up with. Well, that's great, right? Because you're supposed to be your honor. And the reason why you're allegedly supposed to be your honor is because you're supposed to be forthright and disclosing information. So the moment that you, as a judge, discovered that you were a new racist, what you should have done is you should have turned in your gavel and your gown and found a job where you can do that job and hold those prejudices, and not have a job where being without prejudice and bias is specifically a requirement of the job. She's not qualified. It's been admitted that she's not qualified. She should immediately be stripped of all of her duties. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. No excuses for this trick.
For every single one of them.
I can honestly say that, okay, I'm not systemically racist, I'm a new racist. I never was.
That's an admission of guilt. That's an admission of status change. That's an admission of perspective change, right? She should not be allowed to practice under the bar. The Bar Association should immediately utilize this as a testimony to her incapability of doing her job and remove her so that she'll never be able to do the job again until she's gone through some type of quality control program that has purified her contaminated demeanor. If you guys agree, y'all know what to do. If y'all disagree, y'all know what to do.
Wasn't going to change. Nothing's manipulated in it. It's conversations that I was a part of, and I'm absolutely willing to testify to the authenticity of every single one of them.
I can honestly say that, okay, I'm not systemically racist, I'm a new racist. I never was, but now I am because you're shoving the down my throat.
Now, how are you not systemically racist if you directly work for the justice system, and the justice system is part of the American system? How are you not a systemic racist? Let's deal with that one first, with the law degree. This is somebody that is holding a Juris Doctorate. So let's deal with that. Let's go head to head. Let's bang heads. Let's do it. Does it make sense? Now, let me ask you guys a question. Which presidential candidate will bring this up tonight? Trump or Harris? Because this person is law enforcement, right? And this is the type of individual that Trump will protect. Would you guys agree that this individual right here, this is a heritage American that the Heritage Foundation has created Project 2025 for to maintain the heritage of America. And this is the type of person that Trump wants to protect. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. This is the problem with both of these candidates. This is why I can't support Trump. I can't support somebody that says, don't pay attention to this. This woman literally just said, Black Americans are lazy. You don't know every Black American. But it's just okay for alternative facts to be true about Black Americans.
Allegations that you don't know about. You're telling me who I am and you've never met me. You. You.
Now, she said that she's upset that somebody came at her about allegations and never met her. F you, victim, Karen. But she can sit there and make the same blanket statement about all of us, and it's just supposed to be fact. Screw this tramp. You know what I'm saying? Screw this tramp. And screw anybody who agrees with this tramp.
Testify to the authenticity of every single one of them.
I can honestly say that. Okay, I'm not systemically racist. I'm a new racist. I never was, but now I am because you're shoving the down my throat and making allegations that you don't know about. You're telling me who I am and you've never met me. You. You.
Hutton says the judge also used homophobic slurs about other elected officials.
You know.
And that's not all.
A lot of times they were conversations about sexual encounters that she's having with various individuals. I mean, in intimate detail.
I was about to go there, but I wasn't about to go there because I wanted to see if it would come out. Let's keep it pushing. Anyway, shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys being here. Shout out to AW1. What's good with it, bro? If you guys haven't smashed the like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media. And please make sure that you tag somebody who you think will be interested in this content in your share.
Hutton says for years he felt like he had to play along, and he says for years he was afraid to speak up.
I didn't want to lose my job, and I didn't want to be in her crosshairs. It's such a David and Goliath situation. I don't have the power. I'm not elected. I could get fired tomorrow.
On May 24th, Hutton says he sent Chief Judge Linda Hallmark a notice of sexual harassment.
For 3 months, nothing happened.
That's why on August 22nd, Hutton says he decided to send the recordings to the Chief Justice of the State Supreme Court, Oakland County Executive David Coulter, and other public officials.
Shout out to AW1. Definitely appreciate you supporting the organization, bro. Make sure you guys throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for my man AW1 starting it off as the first stream sponsor funding the organization.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Now we gotta talk about this lady real quick, man. We gotta talk about this lady real quick. When y'all heard her say that, did y'all feel like this?
Turn bitch up! Swing the remix God! I'll tear this bitch up! Turn this bitch up! I will! Turn this bitch up! I will! Turn this bitch up! I'll tear this bitch up!
Yeah, she need to have her in the courtroom. I need this judge to say that to her. If you're Black American, you're just lazy. What?
Turn this bitch up! Swing the remix God! I'll tear this bitch up! Turn this bitch up! I will! Turn this bitch up! I will! Turn this bitch up! I'll tear this bitch up!
She up here doing this.
Just like a woman. That's because some of you niggas, you be acting just like a woman. Reaper keep it 1,000.
Reaper kept it more 1,000 than this judge did.
And he also contacted me.
I just want to make it right. I haven't filed a lawsuit. I'm not looking for a payday. I want to keep my job and do it in peace. And I want the people in Oakland County that come to court to get a fair shake, to have their day in court, to have an unbiased trier of fact.
In that email, Hutton said Judge Ryan, quote, has vocalized her hate and contempt for various protected groups. Once the recordings were shared with those state and county officials, Judge Ryan was removed from her docket.
So they got her up out of the paint. They got her up out of the paint, as they should.
In a statement, County Executive Coulter said, quote, "There is absolutely no place for harassment of any kind or for racist or homophobic language by anyone at Oakland County, especially by someone the public must be confident will act fairly and impartially."
This fat butterface Karen, the reason why she had to talk about her sexual encounter so much is because they're so few and far between, because she looks like the butthole of an orangutan, is that she has to constantly talk about them to remind herself of them because she's so starved. This is just pathetic. This is a subhuman piece of trash that should have never gotten to where she is. And the fact that she was allowed to get where she is, to be able to do the kind of stuff that she did and say the kind of stuff that she says, tells you a lot about the United States of America. The same United States of America that the people that support Trump don't want you learning the history about, and the same type of America that people like Kamala Harris sit there and say is not a racist country. So now here goes my question. Again, who you supposed to vote for?
The alleged conduct and abhorrent comments made by Judge Ryan merited her removal from the probate court docket pending further investigation.
Is Judge Ryan fit to be on the bench?
Absolutely not. Nobody with that much hate in their heart for certain people or certain groups of people, I don't believe that they could possibly make fair, unbiased decisions regarding them.
I did reach out to Judge Kathleen Ryan to talk to her about this. Her attorneys sent me this statement that says, quote, "We respect the authority of the Michigan Supreme Court. However, we look forward to vindicating Judge Ryan in the appropriate forum."
Now here goes my question. How do you vindicate that when you're on tape? They got a justification or some type of reason for it? How do you vindicate that? How do you vindicate that? You know what I'm saying?
I also spoke to probate judge Daniel O'Brien. He says Judge Ryan's friends are supporting her and believe these statements are totally out of character.
So the statements are now out of character is different than not true, right? And again, you put on a character for the most part when you go to work. A lot of people do. Some people don't. Most people do though, but some people don't. She clearly did. Right?
For her. All right, certainly a lot here, but what's next with the Judicial Tenure Commission?
Well, they cannot confirm or deny whether they are pursuing an investigation. There has been some reporting that suggested that the complaint against the judge involved an inappropriate personal relationship. Hutton says that is not true. He says there was no physical contact. This was strictly a sexual harassment complaint about her alleged comments that started all of this. But again, he says the bigger issue here is what the judge says about people in protected classes, and he's hoping that that is what the JTC will focus on. So everybody's just sort of waiting to see what they will do.
And it sounds
this butterface behemoth, horny wildebeest was trying to holler at that probate lawyer, and he didn't want it, and that's why she got all mad.
sounds like this is in its early days. We know that you're going to stay on top of it, so
we will follow it.
That's what it was. That's what it was. That's where you get all that anger from. Them hormones, man. They say it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So now here's my question for you guys. Shout out to Mike Mellis-Johns. What's good with it, bro? How many people heard about what happened with this Port Orange city councilman? Because you remember, these are the people that are supposed to be upholding the laws. But what laws are they upholding? Just the laws of degeneracy. Port Orange councilman switched seats with wife before being cited for DUI, report says. So this dude is a lush. Newly elected Port Orange city councilman arrested for driving drunk after he crashed into the back of another vehicle and switched places with his wife at the scene of the accident so it would look like she was driving, police said. Lance Green, who was 59, was arrested shortly after he ran into the back of a pickup in a left turn lane, stopped at a traffic light at Williamson Boulevard and Taylor Road at 9:21 p.m. on Friday, an arrest report shows. Green was locked up on charges of driving under the influence, DUI with property damage, and obstructing an officer without violence. So, I mean, this dude was doing a lot. And now, mind you, this is a city councilman, and obstructing the officer somehow managed to do it and come out alive. Crazy how that works, right? Green was out of Volusia County Branch Jail on $2,000 bail. Okay. And as you can see, it's not going good. You see over here on the side, Florida disbarred lawyer rearrested. Port Orange police said they were called to the crash by the driver of a Ford pickup that was hit by Green's Dodge Ram pickup. The driver of the Ford stepped out to check on the occupants of the Dodge Ram and saw Green driving. When the motorist moved back to his Ford pickup to call the police, he saw Green switch places with his wife, Susan Green. It should be noted that Susan and Lance advised law enforcement officers Susan was the one driving the vehicle in an effort to obstruct the investigation. Officers wrote in an arrest report. So here's my question. If these people lie about this, then are they actually going to be telling the truth about anything when it comes to any of the city council stuff? Should these people be trusted? If they should be trusted, give me a thumbs up. If they shouldn't be, then give me a thumbs down. Lance Green was asked to step out of the vehicle and initially refused. Police had ordered him out 3 times before he complied, his arrest report showed. When he stepped out of the vehicle, police smelled alcohol on his breath. I bet you it was disgusting, too. I bet you it was like some Carlos Rossi. And he was slurring his speech. The councilman also needed help walking to the officer's patrol car, the report noted. So he was all sweaty, smelling like hooch, and slumped over. You know what I'm saying? Green was moved to the parking lot of a nearby Walgreens for a sobriety test. He refused to do the walk and turn test, claiming he had back and hip problems. So anytime you ever got this type of situation happen and you don't want to do it, just tell them your neck and your back and you'll be all right. Just tell them your neck and your back and you'll be all right. Go back to your car smelling like hooch. You know what I'm saying? The councilman also refused to do the one-leg stand, saying he had hip problems. So he can't do the one-leg stand because he got hip problems. He can't do the stanky leg. And in the finger-to-nose test, he had to be reminded to keep his eyes closed, did not touch the tip of his nose, and displayed eye trimmers, the police said. So, yeah, they got him sized up. Pretty good. Positive drunk. You know what I'm saying? Lance refused to submit a breath test and declined to speak to police, his arrest report states. Reached by telephone Tuesday, Lance Green said, "I will not be making my comments at this time without the advice of my attorney." You probably shouldn't have been driving without the advice of your attorney either. If you guys think that this idiot should have been driving without his attorney, give me a thumbs up. If you guys think that he should have done it, then, you know, whatever, more power to him, right? Court records show Green was arrested in 1988 for battery, but no action was taken. How's that work? Nothing was done. He was arrested for battery and then, okay, time to go. He was arrested in 1984 for disorderly intoxication, to which he pled no contest and adjudication was withheld. Why was that withheld? Why does he have his record and like nothing was done about any of this stuff? Why does he have his record and nothing was done about any of this stuff? I don't know. In 1983, he was arrested for assault, but the charge was dropped. Green, a construction manager, said in a questionnaire provided to the News Journal in advance of his election to city council that he was running to plan for the next 25 years. He's running the plan for the next 25 years, but he can't even do a sobriety test, and they voted for him. He can't even plan for the next. He can't even do a sobriety test. He can't stand on one leg, but they plan for him to run for the next 25 years. Makes sense of that. You know what I'm saying? Makes sense of that. My family's history in this city dates back to 1912, and I want to share this wealth of knowledge to service my community, he continued. I will use my experience, public work, knowledge as a builder, and my family's history to maintain our quality of life. Well, did your family build a brewery? For his number one priority, if elected, he wrote, will be to continue to improve public safety and staffing our police department. Well, you definitely did your part in helping keep them employed. But as far as driving drunk goes, I don't know what that did for public safety. You know what I'm saying? Kind of ironic, isn't it? So we talked about this story right here before, but we're just going to go into a small little clip of this video here, just so you guys can get completely grossed out. Okay? Just so you guys can get completely grossed out. And we might actually have to look at this real quick. Hold on real quick. Give me 1 second. That's interesting. Yeah, we'll take a quick look at that because that won't be that long. But we got to put that behind here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right. And shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed the like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment. Smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit the bell, and also please share the stream to your social media. All right. Let me see. Give me 1 second. My bad, you guys. Shout out to Shamika. What's good with it, Shamika? Now, you guys might remember us talking about this because we did talk about this, but we talked about it. No, actually, we read a whole article about this. But there's some new information that's come out, and this is just kind of weird. It's just kind of weird. I'm gonna let you guys be the judge, though.
Corruption in the justice system is punishing me for protecting my children.
A Colorado cop is accused of raping his daughter, but it's the girl's mother who had to report to jail.
So I want to make sure that you guys heard that first 11 seconds. Crazy, right? Can't make it up.
Corruption in the justice system is punishing me for protecting my children.
A Colorado cop is accused of raping his daughter, but it's the girl's mother who had to report to jail. It's all connected back to a reunification therapist and what the mom says is a corruption in the system. We're breaking it down with Colorado attorney Eric Faddis. Welcome to Sidebar presented by Law and Crime. I'm Elizabeth Milner. A retired police officer in the Denver area is accused of raping his own daughter for years, starting when she was just 5 years old. He's also accused of sexually assaulting his ex-wife's 2 daughters, whom he adopted. Michael Hawkins is free on bond right now after being charged with 6 felony counts of sexually assaulting a child and 1 misdemeanor count for child abuse.
Now, let me ask you guys this question. Do you guys notice a pattern with that? If you notice a pattern with that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys do not notice a pattern with that, give me a thumbs down. My question is, how could somebody like this, well, I mean, we know, right? But we got to ask, just to put it out there, how does somebody like this get a job as a trusted official in society? That's my question. And shout out to everybody, man. You guys got the 1-to-1 popping off. We got 31 live viewers and 31 likes. That's what's good. Definitely appreciate it. Make sure y'all throw some 100s in the chat. You know what I'm saying? How does this work exactly?
According to court documents, that child abuse count is connected to an alleged assault that occurred in Costa Rica while the family was on vacation in 2018. Hawkins allegedly held his eldest son underwater while he blacked out. The boy, now an adult, told police he believes the assault was connected to him catching his father allegedly molesting one of his sisters.
So now, again, these are testimonies that are coming from the kids. These are not testimonies that are coming from the mom or anything like that. How many people had heard of this story prior to today? If you guys had heard of this story prior to today, give me a thumbs up. If you guys had not heard of this story prior to today, give me a thumbs down.
Rachel Pickrell Hawkins currently has custody of the couple's youngest sons, ages 10 and 13. She told the Denver Gazette that they had been living in a domestic violence shelter, but Hawkins is fighting to get sole custody of the 2 boys, and the family has been ordered to participate in a reunification therapy program. The therapy is supposed to help repair the children's relationship with their father. But Pickrell Hawkins claims that the so-called therapy is actual psychological manipulation and coercion. She refused to allow the boys to participate anymore, which resulted in her being held in contempt of court. The judge ordered her to report to jail for several weekends in a row as punishment. Pickrell Hawkins has been documenting her experience on TikTok. She posted this video before she reported to the county jail for the first time.
Corruption in the justice system is punishing me for protecting my children. So today I began 7 weekends of jail in the Weekender jail program because
she got it. How do you, let me ask you guys this. How many people have even heard of the quote unquote weekend jail program? The Weekender quote unquote jail program. Has anybody ever heard of such a thing? If you guys have heard of such a thing, give me a thumbs up. If you guys have not heard of such a thing, then give me a thumbs down.
Will not stop protecting my children and speaking out about the abuses that have happened to them that have now resulted in criminal charges against my former spouse. And they are 7 counts of felony sex assault on child by person in position of trust and misdemeanor child abuse covering all 6 of my children, even my adult children. And the judges and the magistrates and the reunification therapists that are forcing contact with my children's abusers are responsible for this. And I am one of many moms out there fighting to keep my babies safe. I've gotten a lot of support, and I am so very grateful for that, because this has been a very lonely road. It's been a very hard, difficult road. But it's one that I know that God has permitted, because he's building me into his warrior, and I wouldn't be going this morning if he hadn't prepared me. So I intend to go in there and serve this unjust time, but I'm going to do it with dignity and integrity.
When she was released the following Sunday, Pickrell Hawkins posted another video saying she spoke with other women inside the jail dealing with the same issues with court-ordered reunification therapy.
There's more to this, and I'm going to see to it that it comes to an end, and that my children and any other children are saved from this.
Pickrell Hawkins has to report to the jail for 6 more weekends. Michael Hawkins has denied the allegations against him and posted a $50,000 surety bond in July. He has to wear a GPS ankle monitor while he's out on bond. The lawyer representing him in both his criminal case and divorce proceedings, Christopher Estell, said in an August court filing that Pickrell Hawkins is not a credible witness and is highly manipulative, according to the Denver Gazette. You may be asking.
So that's all we need to see as far as that goes. Sick, to say the least. Now, up in New York City, a teacher is recently arrested on allegations of putting a 5-year-old in a chokehold. How many people heard about this? If you guys heard about this, give me a thumbs up. If you guys did not hear about this, then give me a thumbs down. How's that work?
First here tonight, those disturbing allegations coming out of elementary school in Hamilton Heights.
The NYPD says a teacher put a 5-year-old in a chokehold, and now that teacher has been arrested. Lisa Rosner spoke with the student's father and his older brother.
Inside a classroom at PS 153 Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Elementary School Monday, police say a 5-year-old was put in a chokehold by 46-year-old teacher Anthony Wicks. Parents describe him as an assistant teacher. We spoke with the boy's father, who asked we conceal his identity and alter his voice.
It was a very scary moment for him. He said that it was that his teacher's hands were tight around his neck, and that he said that he would be good, and that he asked his teacher to let go.
The father says the principal called around noon to tell them the boy was fine, but they needed to come to school. His older brother, who also didn't want his face shown, says it happened when the boy wouldn't go in the timeout corner per a directive from the head teacher.
He was making a fuss about going in the timeout, and then the teacher choked him. That teacher wasn't the one who was even talking to him. What other people out saw me is when he was getting choked, he was he was crying, and then when he calmed down.
One parent in this class came here to the school very upset. She said they never notified her of this incident.
I had to find out through social media, and that teacher, the teacher of my child, my 5-year-old child. And it's so upsetting because the school did not disclose anything. I went to go speak in there, and they couldn't give me any information. I want to withdraw him today.
Wicks is charged with second-degree assault and acting in a manner injurious to a child. A Department of Education spokesperson said this alleged behavior is completely unacceptable, and this employee has been immediately removed. If convicted, we will pursue their termination. In Hamilton Heights, Lisa Rosner, CBS News, New York.
We did arraignment as we speak on the charge.
All right, so there's that. All right, so give me 1 second because I'm having some issues with my account. So just give me 2 seconds real quick. If you guys could, while this is going on, if you guys could smash that like button. Also, if you guys could hit the bell and share the stream, I would greatly appreciate it. I might have to push this to the back of the stream real quick. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, hold on real quick. So what the hell? All right, there we go. All right, cool. Yeah, I think my okay. Yeah, I think my my computer dumped all the cookies or something like that. So it's signed me out of everything that I was signed into. But I think we should be good now. All right, cool. So here's what we're looking at right here. All right. Ex-Warren cop Matthew Rodriguez How many people remember this guy? Sentenced in a videotaped assault of a prisoner. So this just happened today. He was sentenced for this assault that he did on this prisoner. All right. Former Warren police officer was sentenced to 1 year and a day in federal prison Tuesday for assaulting a suspect. Now, let me ask you guys this. How many of you all think that that's an appropriate sentence? If you guys think that that's an appropriate sentence for this crime, give me a thumbs up. If you guys do not think that it's an appropriate sentence, then give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Patrick. Patrick said, did any of your teachers administer parent punishment? Everybody was too scared of my dad. My dad, like, if you saw my dad, when people saw my mom come to school, it was all right. But they knew that if my dad showed up, it was about to be all bad. So they wanted to try to make it where they would always see my mom. And doing that would be like, for the most part, leaving me alone. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says, an attack captured on video that led to federal criminal charges amid a nationwide focus on civil rights violations by law enforcement personnel. And I tend to disagree with this. I don't think that there's a nationwide focus on civil rights. I only think that there's a media-driven and political focus on civil rights. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. The sentencing of Matthew Rodriguez caps a high-profile criminal case involving a police station beating caught on camera and seen by millions around the world after the video was released to the public. Rodriguez was sentenced 5 months after pleading guilty in connection with using excessive force on a teenager who was being fingerprinted in the police department's booking area in June of 2023. So like I said earlier on Undocumented, right? The past behavior is the best indicator of the future behavior. And here's another example of it. Would you guys agree? This defendant swore to protect and serve his community, but instead he abused his power by violently assaulting an arrestee. Attorney General Kristen Clark of the Justice Department Civil Rights Division said in a statement, this sentence should serve as a reminder to all law enforcement that a badge is not a license to answer verbal insults with physical violence and excessive force. I don't think that sentence does that. I think that sentence is actually an invitation for them to say, well, at least, you know, nothing too crazy is going to happen, and I'll probably still be able to get another job. I think that that's what that says, more so than what she's trying to imply that it says. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, then give me a thumbs down. So now here it says, prosecutors wanted U.S. District Judge Jonathan Gray to sentence Rodriguez with 49 to 2 years in federal prison. In making this request, the prosecutors included photos showing injuries suffered by 19-year-old Jaquan Smith and disclosed that Rodriguez continued working in law enforcement after a shockingly similar attack on an inmate more than a decade earlier. So how many people have seen these pictures? Let me see. I wonder if they got the pictures in here. Okay, yeah. Let's take a look at this real quick. Let's see, hold on. So I guess you can't make. Oh yeah, actually you can. Okay, hold on. All right, so we're gonna take a. Hold on. We're gonna take a quick look at this. All right, and take a look at these pictures real quick. All right, so here go the case file right here. All right, so we're gonna scroll down until we see some pictures. So that's him right there. That's the inmate that was attacked, or the arrestee, I should say. Here goes this picture right here. So I guess this is a picture of him. Looks like in motion of hitting him. Now look at, you see how he got him up like that? Look at that. He got him up like a super wedgie type crazy situation going on there. I mean, did they not know that? You know what I'm saying? Like they was being photographed. So here go, look at the injuries that he suffered. I think that's it with the pictures. So anybody that's interested in this, I'll put the link to this in the chat. Y'all can check this out. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me see. What's the dude's name? Matthew Rodriguez. I wonder what LULAC has to say about this. What do you guys think that LULAC has to say about this? Probably nothing, right? What do you think Kamala Harris or Trump got to say about this? How many people would agree that Trump and Kamala Harris are both in favor of increasing funding for police? If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. So now here it says, put simply, millions of people have witnessed what Rodriguez's flagrant conduct makes clear here. He thought his badge was a shield from the laws he took an oath to enforce. Assistant U.S. Attorney Robert Moran and Justice Department trial attorney Alec Ward wrote in a sentencing memorandum. And I would disagree with that. I would actually disagree with that. What I would actually say is that he saw this black American male and saw that him being a black American male was an invitation for him to have the freedom that United States grants people to be able to do whatever they want to with very little consequence to him. Because I believe that this individual would act like this even if he wasn't a police officer. So what do we got to do with law enforcement? It got to do with American culture. We see situations like this of civilians acting like this towards people. And then you have people talking as if the civilian is an officer of the law. So that tells you that the two go hand in hand, and that is a cultural thing. It is an infected, degenerate culture. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. So now here it says, Rodriguez's lawyer, Steve Fishman, asked the judge to spare Rodriguez from spending any time behind bars, pleading guilty to 1 count of deprivation of rights under color of law. He argued Smith did not suffer serious injuries and noted Rodriguez, who spent 30 more years working in law enforcement, including a stint with the Detroit Police Department, had already been punished significantly in losing his job and being convicted of a federal crime. I mean, this is ridiculous. That's like if you say, like, I got in a fight with somebody and I broke their nose, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm already been punished because I hurt my hand. Like, what kind of sense does that make? Why would you even try that argument? Does that argument make, if that argument makes sense, give me a thumbs up. If the argument doesn't make any sense, then give me a thumbs down. And shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. If you guys haven't hit the like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, hit that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit the bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media. We still got the 1-to-1 popping. That's what's up. We got 36 live, 37 likes. That's what's good. Let's try to get them likes to 60. All right. So now here it says, Fishman cited national court statistics showing that out of 25 people convicted of similar conduct and similarly situated to Rodriguez, only 13% were sent to prison for a median of a sentence of 6 months. So now, again, I don't know what that statistic shows other than the fact that they don't really care about this type of thing so much. I wouldn't use that statistic as any type of flex. It shows that they're not getting punished for this. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say about this, right? The median sentence for all 25 people was 0 months, the lawyer wrote in a sentencing memo. I don't know if this was the best strategy to highlight this. Since losing his job and pleading guilty, Rodriguez has been working as a truck driver, probably making similar money, or if not more. Mr. Rodriguez's ability to quickly transition to being a licensed truck driver demonstrates that he will be able to contribute to society by maintaining employment and paying his taxes, Fishman wrote. And if you ask me, what it also shows is that he's taken his threat from law enforcement to the road. And if he wasn't willing to follow the standard of laws that he was forced to uphold as a law enforcement officer, he's definitely not going to have any respect for rules of the road. That's how I see it. Records provide an account of the incident. The alleged assault happened after Smith was arrested on June 13th of 2023 for an armed carjacking, resisting and obstructing investigators. Prosecutors dropped the armed carjacking charge last month, and Smith pleaded guilty to several crimes, including felony firearm, carrying a concealed weapon, and resisting arrest charges. He is scheduled to be sentenced later this month. Meanwhile, attorneys for Smith have filed a $50 million federal civil rights lawsuit that lists as defendants Rodriguez and two other officers, Corey Martin and Joseph Weaver. Sentencing memorandums filed in court ahead of Tuesday's court hearing provided a detailed account of the police station assault. It appears Rodriguez and Smith were arguing or trading insults, prosecutors wrote, before Rodriguez started hitting Smith. The department video surveillance system recorded the assault but did not capture the audio of the incident. While in the room, Smith threatened Rodriguez, telling him that he was a boxer and would, quote unquote, strip him naked, Fishman wrote. In response, Rodriguez lost his temper, punched Smith a number of times, and otherwise roughed him up. Rodriguez repeatedly struck Smith with hands and knees, shoved him against the wall, lifted the 130-pound suspect off the ground, and slammed him to the floor, prosecutors wrote. Okay, and this is the picture right here that's directly from those court documents. Okay. Martin, the fellow officer, rushed into the room and activated his body-worn camera, which captured video and audio of the assault. As Smith lies on the floor, the body-worn camera footage depicts Rodriguez punching Smith repeatedly with a closed fist and yelling, "Say what now, MF? Say something else. Say something else," prosecutors wrote. Now, let me ask you this, right? Is this how police officers are supposed to conduct themselves? If this is how police officers are supposed to conduct themselves, give me a thumbs up. If it's not how police officers are supposed to conduct themselves, then let me know what your idea is of how this situation should have been handled. Rodriguez grabbed his hair and slammed his head onto the floor, they added. Next, Rodriguez lifted Smith onto his feet by the hood of his sweatshirt. "Do me a favor and swing at me. Swing at me like you said you were going to do," Rodriguez said. Rodriguez then dragged Smith by the hood back to the holding cell and shoved him forcefully through the door, causing Smith to lose his balance and fall to the floor again. Feds prior unprovoked assault. Rodriguez was initially charged in the 37th District Court in Warren. For unknown reasons to the defense counsel, that the case was dismissed and federal charges were brought instead, Fishman wrote. So how is it that there's records of all of this stuff and then they just never know how these things get they just never know how these things get dismissed? How does that work exactly? Yeah, I gotta agree. Shout out to Patrick. Patrick says these people should be sued when they do this by the victim. And now, mind you, this is one of the people that Trump wants to protect. There would be no punishment for this individual under a Trump presidency, right? Depending on how he phrases this qualified immunity thing. So people need to really see what is actually being said as far as that goes and make their decision based on what kind of protection it actually extends. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to DSB for funding the organization. Definitely appreciate it, bro. Make sure you guys show DSB some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for funding the organization.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the marching times.
Get the money, y'all. There's poor people around. I'm rich, biatch.
Silence. Silence. I ain't got no money, pa.
Shout out to you, bro. Definitely appreciate it. So now here says this was not the first time Rodriguez had inappropriately used force while on duty, the prosecutor said. In a shockingly similar incident in 2012, Rodriguez assaulted a detainee he was processing, prosecutors wrote. Rodriguez kicked the detainee and lied about it while writing a use of force report. According to the sentencing memo, Rodriguez claimed the detainee identified in the court filings by the initials RS tried to strike him, but video from a surveillance camera contradicted Rodriguez. Yeah, now, mind you, right? The dude's still working. He's still working. Somebody make that make sense. How somebody like this still got a job? At no time does the video footage depict RS attempting to strike Rodriguez, nor does it show Rodriguez trying to restrain RS prior to kicking him, prosecutors wrote. Instead, the video shows Rodriguez committing an unprovoked assault. Rodriguez also used excessive force while serving as a resource officer at a high school in Warren in 2017, according to the government. Rodriguez grabbed and lifted a student by his neck and then pulled him to the ground, which caused the student to hit his head on a locker, prosecutors wrote. Rodriguez did not report the incident, but was removed from the school based on his conduct. Rodriguez also was charged twice with crimes involving violence while off duty, including an arrest for an assault and battery in 1996 and a domestic violence in 1998, though neither case resulted in a conviction. Why didn't they? What happened? Why didn't they? Just more and more mysteries. But here go the real question, though. Are these actually mysteries? Or do we actually know what's really going on here? I got this feeling. I think that we all know what's going on here. Shout out to Patrick. I'm gonna let y'all take care of Patrick's question. Patrick said, "Why wasn't he fired?" Let it rip. Let it rip. You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna talk about Tyreek Hill. All right, because everybody knows what happened to Tyreek Hill. Miami Dolphins, Tyreek Hill handcuffed during a traffic stop. A little bit more than just handcuffing took place, right? So he says, what if I wasn't Tyreek Hill? Lord knows what those guys would have done. Well, we just read about, you know what I'm saying, what they probably would have done. Miami Dolphins wide receiver said, one officer is on leave. Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill was one of two players to be detained and handcuffed Sunday ahead of the Dolphins matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars, according to the team and media reports. The Dolphins tweeted Hill was stopped for a quote-unquote traffic incident near the Hard Rock Stadium and was briefly detained. But the team did not fully detail the nature of the incident. Hill, who was stopped by police for allegedly speeding 3 hours before kickoff, was accused of arguing before being handcuffed, ESPN reported. Now, here goes my question. Is this illegal? And is that punishable? That's my question for you guys. Let me know. The sports outlet reported Hill was cited for reckless driving, but was held only several minutes. Okay. After the game, Hill told reporters he didn't know why he was placed in handcuffs. He said he was not disrespectful and did not use profanity towards the officers. The Miami-Dade Police Department put one of the officers involved in Hill's detention on administrative leave. So here goes the tweet that the Miami Dolphins put up. This morning, wide receiver Tyreek Hill was pulled over for a traffic incident about 1 block from the stadium and briefly detained by police. He has since been released. Several teammates saw the incident and stopped to offer support. Tyreek and all other players involved have safely, and I'm sure it says, you know, whatever, recovered or whatever. Dolphins defensive tactic, Calais, I hope I'm saying that right, Campbell, was also handcuffed while speaking about the incident to officers, CNN reported. Right now, I'm still trying to put it all together. I still don't know what happened, but I do want to use this platform to say, if I wasn't Tyreek Hill, worst case scenario, you know, everybody has bad apples in every situation, but I want to be able to use this platform to figure out a way to flip this and make it a positive end, and Miami-Dade do something positive for the community. Hill said in the ESPN report after Sunday's game, where he completed 7 catches for 130 yards. It's hard. Now look at this. This is Tyreek Hill saying this. It's hard. I don't want to bring race into it, but sometimes it kind of gets iffy when you do. What if I wasn't Tyreek Hill? So now here goes my question. I mean, to me, why not explore all avenues? Why not explore all avenues? As it's not our duty to say we don't want to bring race into something. We didn't bring the concept of race into existence. It's never our duty to tell anybody that we didn't bring race into anything, because we didn't bring that into existence. If race is being used, race is being used. Race was created to be used. So when race is used, yeah, the question of what's going on definitely needs to be explored. A simple fact finding with logic and exploration should easily be able to either rule out or confirm any suspicions of what's going on. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all would disagree, give me a thumbs down. So now here it says, Lord knows what those guys would have done. I just wanted to make sure I was doing what my uncle told me to do whenever you're in a situation like that. Just put your hands on the steering wheel and just listen. Video of the incident has circulated on social media and was obtained by CNN, appearing to show Hill lying on the ground in handcuffs with 4 officers surrounding him. Hill tweeted a photo on X showing a teammate seemingly pretending to handcuff him onto the field. When nothing can stop you, Hill tweeted Sunday. The Dolphins said several teammates witnessed the incident and stopped to show their support. Hill and the other player safely arrived at the stadium where the Dolphins won the game 20-17. Miami-Dade Police Director Stephanie V. Daniels ordered the immediate review of the details surrounding Hill's detainment and the review of the body camera footage, she said in a tweet. An internal affairs review ensued, and one of the officers involved in the incident was placed on administrative duties, Daniels said. Now, let me ask you guys this. What do you all think about when these officers end up getting put on this quote-unquote administrative duties? What do you guys think about that? Hill agreed with the department's decision, ESPN reported. I've committed to transparency and accountability to the community with any situation involving my officer, she said. Drew Rosenhaus, Hill's agent, sound like he might be one of them peoples. You know what I'm saying? Sound like he might be one of them people. Told CNN that Hill is considering legal action. Now, you know, Rosenhaus probably got a friend whose business card he got or a relative business card he got that he's going to give to Hill and say, if you go forward with this, we can get you XYZ amount of money. You split it over here with the lawyer and you get the rest. Of course, doing that as a value-added transaction for his friend, not really because he cares about Hill's situation. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. And, you know, these athletes, you know what I'm saying? You know, okay, boss. You know what I'm saying? Rosenhaus told the news outlet that Hill was, quote unquote, rattled by the incident. What happened today to Tyreek at the stadium is completely unacceptable, Rosenhaus said in a statement to CNN. Now, as far as Rosenhaus goes, I wonder, has he spoken to anybody about the way that they train police officers? If he really thinks that is that, inappropriate. Next time, you know, he might happen to go to a service, or next time he happens to go to a family dinner, or maybe next time he happens to go on vacation somewhere nice where he doesn't need a passport. Maybe he could talk to some people there about the way they train American police, because they do that, right? Because he cares so much, because you care, right? Tyreek did not deserve to be treated that way by the police involved. So, you know, that's what that guy said. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to take a look at this article from Axios real quick. All right. Dolphins support Tyreek Hill over police detention after body cam released. Okay. So y'all seen the body cam, right? There go Ben Crump on the tweet. The body cam footage of Tyreek Hill's stop and detainment has been released, raising more questions than answers about the Miami-Dade officers' actions. Was this use of force really necessary? So everybody's probably seen the video already, so I'm not going to play it. If there's anybody that wants the video, I'll be more than happy to put the link to this article in the chat, and it's got the video there. All right, so if you want the video, here goes the link. It's in the live chat right there. I'll put it in the Discord for y'all. All right, and shout out to the people that's in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, that's probably the way that gets people the most notifications. So I would join the Discord if I was you, if you are interested in notifications. If you're not interested in notifications, then I guess you're doing the right thing. Hold on real quick. My bad, y'all. All right, so there's that. So that's there for everybody's viewing enjoyment. Yeah, Crump trying to get that bread. Big facts, bro. Big facts. All right. So I don't think we need to go through this because I think that first article was pretty sufficient. Not too much to say. There's been some interviews. There's been some interviews since this. So we're gonna take a look at some of the interviews. All right. Shout out to MD Williams. What's good with it, bro? He actually spoke with CNN. We're gonna take a quick look at that. All right, shout out to Carlton. Carlton said Rob is typing fast as him up. Bro, I move fast. I'm a speed demon for real. Let me see. All right, so give me 1 second. Get this together for you. All right, so right now they just got this commercial plan. Of course, y'all know what it is. So just make sure y'all smash the like button, hit that bell, share the stream. All right, we're going to get this together for y'all real quick. All right. Hold on. Boom. Boom. All right.
Tyreek, obviously watching that video, I just, when you watched it back for the first time, tell me what was going through your mind in those moments?
Man, for real, you know, I was shocked, man. Like it's crazy because it all happened so fast, man. But like for me, man, like it just all happened so fast and I really couldn't like gather everything that was happening. So it was crazy, you know, and me being a father, me being a husband and all that, man, I would just put myself in that situation like, hey, I got to be smart. You know what I'm saying? That's where I wasn't on that kind of energy. Like I was chilling. Like I was following rules. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't moving fast because, you know, I got an injury. You feel me? I play a physical sport. I've been doing this for a moment now, man. So I'm dealing with some stuff. So I guess the officers, they felt like I wasn't doing it in their timing, but I was doing it. But you know, man, I'm kind of, man, like yeah. I'm embarrassed, but.
All right, so that's all right, so that's all that they had on that. All right. So we're gonna take a look at this other video that they got real quick on CNN. Let me see, hold on. And they just be having so many commercials, man. Like it's ridiculous. Let's see, hold on. If y'all haven't smashed the like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment and smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, take a moment, hit that bell, share the stream. All right. Let's see, we're going to take a look at this. This should be just about done. Yeah, it's almost done. All right, bet. Let's do this.
Absolutely clear, Fred, is that the biggest headline on the first full day of the new NFL season might well have been made face down on the pavement outside the stadium in Miami. These images are quite extraordinary when you consider the stature of Tyreek Hill and how he's regarded within the NFL and certainly within Miami. We understand from his agent that he was involved in a police stop. And let's just hear from the agent, Drew Rosenhaus, about what actually happened.
Apparently got a ticket for moving violation entering the stadium. How things escalated into the situation that they were in handcuffs and being held on the ground with police is mind-boggling to me. I'm deeply concerned by that, very troubled. We will be looking into it. We will be investigating this. We will look out for Tyreek.
So Rosenhaus, the agent, Fred, saying that his client was rattled, physically okay, but mentally distraught. And he really wanted to focus on the game, which Hill is currently playing in against Jacksonville right now. He's made 3 calls in the far. Police department have released a statement. This is what they have to say. We are aware of the recent detainment of Miami Dolphins player Tyreek Hill by Miami-Dade Police Department officers. This is the director of the agency speaking for immediate review of all details surrounding the incident, and we are also reviewing.
Now, let me ask y'all this question, right? I want to ask y'all this. What if this was one of us? What if this wasn't Tyreek Hill? How would this have went down? Let me know what y'all think.
Becomes available, they might, in the addition of body camera footage, might want to look at some of the video footage, which we have already shown you one clip. I've seen another clip, which we haven't yet.
While he's on the ground.
He was not on the ground at that point, but he appeared to be in handcuffs. This is a man who won the Super Bowl a few years ago with the Kansas City Chiefs. He was just beginning his third season with the Miami Dolphins. Last season, statistically, he was the top receiver in the league, so an absolute megastar within the NFL. And this is a story we're going to be hearing a lot more about in the coming hours.
All right, so there's that. All right, so we got one more little video clip. All right, we're going to take a quick look at this. Okay. This is a video that was posted by NBC. All right, so let's see what they're talking about.
I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested.
Miami-Dade police releasing new body camera video that shows what happened Sunday when officers pulled NFL star Tyreek Hill from his vehicle, shoved him to the ground, and put him in handcuffs, not far from the stadium.
It went from 0 to 60 immediately.
The Miami Dolphins wide receiver sitting down with
Shout out to
NBC
Unsung
News,
one. What's
along
good
with
with
his
it?
wife, speaking out on the incident that started when he was pulled over on Sunday.
You're speeding. Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here.
Don't knock.
Now we can lower and talk to
Just
you.
get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm gonna be late, gang. Do what you gotta do.
Video, you can see Hill roll up his window. He's ordered to lower it again before the situation quickly escalates.
So it's almost like you got to.
Yo, shout out to the sports and political channel of LB. He did a really good live stream on this. Y'all should check it out. If one of the mods could put the link to his live stream in here on this particular topic so that y'all can go check that out and see what he's talking about, that would be great. Good to see you in the chat, bro.
Push up to get out. You know what I'm saying?
When we tell you to do something, you do it.
That officer, you know, obviously he was having either a bad day or he just wanted to have a power trip over me.
Miami-Dade police have ordered an internal affairs investigation and placed one officer on administrative duties, but did not ID them. Hours later, Hill scored an 80-yard touchdown in the Dolphins' season-opening win.
Oh, he's a ghost!
Celebrating like this after the
Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Make sure y'all show Brooklyn Queen some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat. She just put the sports channel of LB's live stream that he did about this topic right here in the chat. Please make sure y'all click that link and bookmark it and go over there and check that video out. He did a really good job on it. You know what I'm saying?
the TD with a mock handcuffing on the field.
What message were you hoping to send with that celebration?
Like I said, man, like you got to learn how to laugh and like have a good time, man.
Some of Hill's teammates stopped to help.
Shout out to Carlton. Throw some flames in the chat for Carlton.
Campbell was also temporarily detained. Hill believes the incident could have ended differently if he were not a superstar athlete.
Worst case scenario would have been shot, or either you'd have been locked up.
The Dolphins have called the police officers' actions to the union that is representing the officer on administrative duties, says that Hill was, quote, very uncooperative, and that led to his being, quote, redirected to the ground. The union adding the officer who was put on administrative duties.
Now, let me ask you guys this question. Now,
you're veteran.
Did the level of exchange that took place warrant the use of force that was afforded? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section.
The department. Savannah.
All right, Jesse, thank you very much.
All right, so there's that. All right. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Watch this live stream all the way through to the end so it can take you into the premiere window for the debate tonight that's going to be a train wreck between Trump and Harris. We're going to have a good time. Y'all know how we do. We just going to be trolling in the comment section. And later on, I might have another live stream. It's either going to be on BLR1 or on Undocumented about some interesting stuff that's going on. All right. Make sure you guys show some love, throw some flames, some radiation emojis, subducts in the chat for the stream sponsors. Shout out to my man AW1. Definitely appreciate you, bro. Shout out to DSB, always funding the organization. And y'all know what to do. Make sure that y'all hit that like button. Be careful and always follow the laws.
Came from the clouds. Y'all niggas funny.
Yeah. I fuck about $1 million, I keep it a trend. Resilient, they energy off. My image is got reaching deep in the pot. I got features of people like LAWZ. Yeah. RIP on me. TT. The melanin on me, my cheekbone is native. The soil is my where I walk. Some even on me, my nigga, go figure. My make enemy scoff. Admit it, your energy off. My frequency killer, you soft. I show people love, they act like they above it, but switch when they see me, I'm lost. I tell the truth when I talk. Niggas wanna be me. I used to sleep in the car. To my girl when it crashes in car. Now I got a crib down the street. Young niggas made it so far. I never lose what I'm on. For now I'm cool being me. But I need you to match what I'm on. How you wanna play games when I won? Ay, I play with cash for the fun. Women looking at me, she think I'm leading her on. I'm doing me for me, hun. I never needed no one. I never bleed around sharks. They saying you are what you eat, but she wanted me to be lunch. God body from the turf, my hair in the breeze. Bitch, I'm Farrakhan, keep the peace. I look out for me.
Yeah, fuck about what they say, I can't hear them from the clouds. Ay. I don't talk too much, but these diamonds talking loud. Ay. And I'm turning heads, got these bitches going out. Ay. Fuck about what they say, what they say, what they say. Yeah, I can't hear them from the clouds. Ay.
Diamond so vibe, always down to slide. I've been real from the jump start, it's just part of my design. I've been self-made, you know the bills paid, I finished part to self-prescribe. You want a real one, well I'm the real thing, I'm running rampant through a mind. Ayy, yeah, I never lose what I'm on. I'm always cool with being me, they never match what I'm on. I play with cash for the fun. God body from the turf, my hair in the breeze. I'm Farrakhan, keep the peace, I look out for me.
Yeah, fuck about what they say, I can't hear them from the clouds. Ay. I don't talk too much, but these diamonds talking loud. Ay. And I'm turning heads, got these bitches going out. Ay. Fuck about what they say, what they say, what they. Fuck about what they say, I can't hear them from the clouds. Ay.
I'm way up, nothing less than, and I'ma stay up.
Can't hear them from the clouds. Ay.
God, please save him for me. Protect his peace, no matter what he's